Amnian Nights, we are back in the city of Compton. We have reported back to Havilan, Suldeal, and Clemfandango of the events that transpired on the Isle of Thunder. And now it's late at night, but we are kind of free in the city. Are we wanting to check anywhere out tonight, or just get our heads down and start anew? Just to let all the players know, as all the viewers know as well, if you notice any sort of disparity in combat that may or may not happen in this session. Unfortunately, one of our party did not apply their level up, but I will not reveal who that is. I'm sure that they will all keep a very low profile about it. Where do we want to go? It is evening in Athkatla.
I mean, do you guys want to get some food before we head back to the halls? It wouldn't hurt to have some non-ship based supper.
Move my mouse away from the teppanyaki bar.
Suppose I could use a good vegetable broth, I'm not gonna lie. The sea salt has taken my voice away.
Vegetables, good idea. Maybe we should stay here in the guild. Mila can rustle up something, can't she?
She can.
4 hearty meals it is. Lots of extra vegetables for Sire. He'll make his way to the bar and arrange for that.
Yep, Mila can sort that. Let me load the
Are we a bit lame? I mean, we haven't really toured the city that much. Are we just old and tired?
They believe we are busy and pressed.
I mean, we've seen a fair bit of the city, and travelled back and forth across it quite a lot, it feels like, although not necessarily for tourism reasons.
Yes,
But
I
yes.
believe that is what you call duty. Seems to occupy most of our lives right now.
A few years back, I met someone who told me to make sure that life wasn't what passed in betweens of the moments where I was carrying out my duty. It feels like a lifetime ago now, but I just remembered that for some reason.
Well, that is perhaps advice for a more peaceful time.
Do you know what? People are going to see that you're ordering food and are going to shift away so that you can actually get seated around a table. And yeah, Mila will bring over and serve food, and you have a nice, hearty meal before you.
I mean, we did get to do some fun things. Asher and I got to visit the bathhouse. I mean, that was much needed relaxation after quite a hard time. So, but yes, I get what you mean.
And we do travel a lot.
I've got meat and a pie and fruit if you'd care for some more. Mila asks.
So, babe, I've got a question for you. Do you have any mashed potatoes?
I can make some.
Could I please just have a big bowl of mashed potatoes with butter on it, and then gravy, and a big stew?
I have beef gravy. It looks a little red, but because that's one of the assets that I have ready.
Oh.
And yeah, she slaps a bowl of it down.
I'm just gonna keep this like a big bowl of soup almost.
Big bowl of soup. So yeah, you chow on down.
Over dinner, I will maybe lower my voice a little bit and say to Asher and to the group, but mostly directed at Asher. I've been thinking maybe we should tell Havalan about the visions and this entity that is somehow bestowing boons upon us. Seems strange to keep it from him.
GM, can I tell if anyone can hear us or is listening or trying not to listen, like or trying not to seem like they're listening but is listening?
Make me a perception check.
Why am I so bad at these?
Yes,
Just seems
because
to be,
obviously I do.
just
I'm
seems to
also
be you
mind.
folks and Amethyst Andy sat on the couch next to you.
Yeah.
No,
I do
you,
have a very high passive perception, so I see you looking around, and
Yeah.
yeah,
you
you're
know,
confident that there's nobody dropping any eaves.
Yeah. Listen, like I'm fine with telling him, but like, I have to do it somewhere safe. I feel like that thing that Obsidian found on that boat, clearly there's a drive to have that sort of opportunity happen. Motivation for people connected with certain baddies. To just really just kind of crunch on our whole thing. So yeah, I'm all for telling him, but like I feel like anything that is anything specific, we gotta say very privately.
yeah, I agree. Just because I was happy just to talk to him on a personal level, and I didn't want to share a privacy of yours without your acknowledgement or permission. So,
I mean,
but
if anyone can, know stuff about what we got going on in the greater fight, it's Howland. Yeah, I feel like I'm naturally just a little paranoid, anyways, just from day to day. But that thing on the boat just kind of really amped it up for me, especially coming back to the city where there's just so many. I mean, we were on a boat in the middle of the ocean and that happened, so I'm just a little on edge, I think. Maybe we could get him to come to the clubhouse for a chat.
I was just reminiscent to when we got into the town. You were quite. I mean, you've always been cautious and private, but I wouldn't describe you as paranoid. I'm sorry that the recent events have changed that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you think you're doing well, and then someone, stabs your boat, all sneaky like. It's like, oh, well, if they can get to us here, then they can get to us anywhere. so we'll some meats there. It'll be fine.
There's a large silver dragon approaching that does not look like Haviland usually looks.
Oh, I'm so zoomed in. Oh. Isn't that his, like, pally, look?
That is still Haviland.
Yeah. That's what he looked like at the, arena, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's his dude, bro.
It doesn't have the eyes on, but yeah, he gives you all a wave and just goes back into what's clearly more casual conversation with Clem and the other fella. What?
None of the guy that he sat with looks like Krieger from Archer. I'm like, what is he doing? Talk
The
to him.
small hologram girl next to him. So what are we wanting to do?
I will. Oh, geez. Yeah. It's the obsidian swam under the boat and found out that one of the pirates had stabbed an amethyst dagger into our boat to scry on us. Yeah, and I feel like that made Asher just be like, "What the fuck, man? We're in the middle of the ocean, and he's got someone that somehow can get to us to stab a thing to scry on us. Like this is this. So like being back in the city, she's very much like,
Yeah,
it could be anyone. There's like probably amethyst like tacked under all our chairs, you know. It's not
perfect.
giving way to lunacy. She's not gonna.
I mean, you've got amethyst on your token.
God. But yeah, she'll look at Siri and be like, "Do we want to do that now? He's right over there. We could ask him next time he's willing to pop by."
Yeah, we can just tell him to visit us maybe later tonight in the quarters. Is there anything you two wanted to do in town? Looks up.
I'm not sure there's that much specifically. I mean, only the things that we need to do. I should maybe return this scroll that it turns out I am unable to cast. Water walking. I don't think we've really got the money to be spending on more inks and scrolls right now, as much as I would love to be in a constant state of transcription. I'm looking forward to speaking to Lady Azuria and seeing where she's staying, though.
Wait, do we have enough funds to put that in order for... You found something for our room, right? Like one of those special ones.
Ah, yes,
The
the
earth?
moss.
I got that enchanted loam
Loam, sorry.
Moss, you idiot.
for our plant growing alchemy.
Does that
That is
also
used.
require gold or just the loam?
It does. It's for the herb room, which costs 3,000 gold. Will allow us to grow most herbs and plants from seeds at an accelerated rate, containing 6 plots.
I've only got about 250 gold to my name right now. Not sure how much is in our piggy bank.
I think several thousand, but I am wary of exhausting it.
Like we need to look for job postings.
Maybe so. We do have a diamond. Maybe we should hang on to that though.
Whatever for.
In the luggage.
It is in the luggage.
Yeah. Okay.
Why I thought the luggage? Oh no, the party has our inventory. We have 7,500 gold approximately, and 1,000 gold worth of diamond.
We should not
But I don't think at the moment that's of much use to any of us magic users, I mean. But maybe in the future?
Yeah, but if someone died, I'm sure we could find a cleric in town in a temple, but they would be like, yeah, do you have a diamond?
Sure.
So,
Makes sense. We'll hang on to that.
That's how it worked here in Baldur's Gate 2. Yes.
yeah.
You can go to temples and get services.
While they're chatting, I have stepped away to go and fight Evelyn. Which I will do. I'll just invite him back to the clubhouse. And I will say clubhouse, because I don't know who this Krieger guy is.
He nods. They've clearly just been making conversation. In fact, Clem and the other guy appear to be like comparing glowing magic daggers on the table, or just having like basically a. It's kind of like the business cards in American Psycho, but with glowing magical daggers. But Haviland gives you a nod. It's like, I will join you, of course.
See you later.
As it is where I live, also.
Yeah, but it's different there. Like, hey, can you come home tonight, please? Thank you. Also, I've never made him a room. I want to see what his room looks like.
He sleeps on the floor.
Oh, really?
He's Obsidian's never in his room. He's Obsidian's room.
Okay, I will return to the table, and I will finish off my potatoes.
You scared him off, friends. Clem calls over to you. Clearly in like a good mood, slightly teasing.
Maybe he's just gone to get a bigger dagger.
Tis not the size, the sharpness of the blade. But luckily mine is also the biggest. I would say it looks kind of like almost like a spiritual weapon, his dagger. Whereas the other guy's is like an obsidian looking thing. So, food is had. It's too late for shops. Where are we going? Are we halsing it so we can sort of haul stuff and then start a fresh day, or are there any nighttime trips that anybody wants to take? I'm trying to gently nudge us towards doing anything other than sitting here.
Yeah, if we're done eating, I will mention that I'm
Coffees?
ready to go to bed after our long sea adventure.
Sounds good to me. I'm going to need to think about what spells I prepare for the morning.
Talking about spells,
Are
Asher,
you going to the clubhouse, Obsidian, or are you just waiting and sitting outside?
Yeah, if we are to talk important stuff, Obsidian will join them.
don't you have an interview lined up soon for your license?
Jim, do I actually
You have your license.
Do I have mine?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, no, I've got it.
Oh, right. Then you must have had this interview whilst I was not aware.
I sent away with the money and they sent back the thing.
They teleported to her, if you remember, and just spoke to her and were like, hey, but we'll be called on favors.
That was so many quest lines ago.
Quest completed.
Though Pip doesn't have one. So we gotta be careful with that.
No, but I feel they have had more difficulty detecting me and my otherworldliness.
Yeah.
So you arrive.
Yay. Hi, housekeeper.
Greetings.
Oh, actually, first things first. Where's my little baby? Where's my little baby?
Your baby dinosaur.
Oh, hello, Toothful. Scratchy, 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 scratchy.
One day maybe he'll be as big as... What was he called? Old King Thunder?
Great Father Thunder, I believe.
Great Father Thunder.
Oh, I should have brought you back some snakes for you to jump on.
I thought you loved and revered snakes.
I do love and revere snakes,
For
but you know, Toothful must eat. How's he
Maybe
doing?
you should
Looks healthy.
get a custom saddle.
Oh, he's too small for me, but maybe for you.
I don't think so, thank you.
Oh, you don't like horses, but this is not a horse.
It is significantly worse.
I mean, he looks quite stable.
That sounds almost as bad as trying to ride into battle on Obsidian's back.
Well, I have come as requested, Pip. You have matters of import.
I think that they wanted to share some further information with you, where there would be no prying ears. You're best off speaking to Sire and Asher, though.
He looks politely and expectantly at you, Siri, clearly curious.
Is Asher also joining? Because she might have to carry this conversation for me.
I'll send a message to let her know that we're here with Haviland.
I'm wondering it. Where are we? Oh, where is everyone?
Why do I have a crab?
It's the water breathing. You can get rid of it.
Oh my god. Where is everyone?
Bottom right corner.
In our meeting room.
Alright.
Where we meet.
I walked into a room and there was a T-Rex in it. Oh my god.
Not again.
Actually, Sarah's going to... Is this the kind of thing you turn on and off? Our fantastic encyclopedia?
If you want to offend him, yeah. He is
No, okay.
He is a sentient being.
Amazing. So I might go, do you,
Like,
do you
go
mind?
like, hi, can you fucking not? Jeez.
No. Feel free to, if we say anything that is relevant in your extended knowledge, please do feel free to contribute.
Naturally, it is in my nature to contribute.
Great, and thank you.
Okay, so I will start by explaining our first experience where we went to the temple in the swamp, the sunken temple or whatever, and then we heard the dudes singing, but Obsidian and Pip didn't hear the dudes singing, and there was that snaky guy there,
A
and
Naga.
yep, and then but he was actually pretty chill, and the
Racist,
bones that
many
we
Nagas are chill.
found, and the whole thing about the dead baby dragons that couldn't live up to their potential or something like that. And then I will tell him about how we ended up in the vision talking to the spirit of what's her face, and then how we had that moment, and then I will talk about the second time.
The spirit of
recently.
what's her face?
Yep.
You know, what's her face?
And then the more recent time in the jungle island, how we were in that jaily, sewery place and could hear the singing, went past the snake guy, and ended up, well, just me and Sarah in that place again, and then she gave us boons, and then we just kind of popped back, and
You sure it's a she? I thought it was the sire of Corielzo. No, the sire, the lover.
no, the lovers was the bones that we found in the sunken temple.
Right.
Yeah, there were her lover's bones and her twins that she
Yeah,
had.
the two
Yeah.
shattered dream.
But yeah, no, it's her. Corvellium. Oh my god. Thank you. Couldn't remember. Um, yeah. So I will tell him all about our weird vision visits with Corvellium and the boons that she's given us.
Well, you are clearly being sent these visions.
Yeah,
But
sent
not
to
all of
them.
you.
I feel like we went somewhere.
When he was a part of your group, did Atticus receive these visions?
No.
Not that I'm
If he
aware
did,
of.
he never shared with us, and he was also never there with us.
He kept many secrets.
It could be that it is because you both have spiritual abilities. It could be. It could be that his Corvellium feels inclined to reach out to female spirits. I cannot postulate without thinking it over
It's just
more.
like some girl talk.
But how could it be her reaching out? We camped under her bones. Is she reaching out from the beyond?
Do dragons like
Far
continue
stranger things happen in the world, and from what little I know of her and these temples you have described, it would seem that perhaps she was more than a dragon. Many
Is that
dragons dream of having temples dedicated to themselves, but very few ever end up being worshipped beyond the muling of their horde.
So she like
Horde in the context of servants, not gold.
maybe ascended to like some sort of like higher
It is possible.
entity ship.
Or perhaps the dragon is just a form she chose to appear in. Like Bahamut.
Oh. Yeah.
Again, I do not have the answers. I am speculating with you. These boons do not sit ill with you in any way in your spirit. It does not feel like you're being tricked.
No,
The boons
honestly,
do not feel like
it
they
feels really natural.
do not feel like they come with a cost or a price.
No.
You're not tired or
there is a weight, not a cost or a price, but an unspoken expectation of an ideal, perhaps. Not one that weighs, but one to aspire to, if that makes any sense.
Forgive me, could I ask you both to step up the room for a moment? I wish to speak with Pip and Obsidian.
Uh,
Yeah.
um,
Are you gonna ask him if we're acting bewitched lately?
Not as such. Only a moment of our time.
Alright. I will squeeze past Obsidian.
Theory has no poker face, and she's clearly uncomfortable as someone who called in this meeting that she's now being kicked out of. Because she's just gonna look at Ash and go like,
He leans forward slightly, but doesn't lower his voice by much at all. He's like, do they seem changed or influenced by these abilities and gifts? I know that Ciri's brother fell prey to such things. If it were the case, there would not be objective over it, and so I welcome your thoughts.
They certainly have gained new abilities, but at least from my recollection, I don't recall them acting out of character at all. Still
I
themselves.
concur.
I didn't hear what you said. Pip said another little bit.
I know.
Just still
I con-
themselves.
I concur.
I thought you went, I don't care. I was like,
I don't give a
what
fuck.
a dick. Good. Please bring them back in. That was uncomfortable enough for me as it. Anyway.
It just opens the door after 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Did we pass?
I only thought it prudent to ask your companions if you did seem unchanged and unafflicted by these new gifts, and to my lack of surprise, they feel that you are true, which I am pleased for. So, I don't know what to say. This seems to be a gift. The nature of it, you are yet to discern. Think ahead. Were you to find yourself in that place again? What shall you ask? What are useful things to try and extract from this vision?
I don't know.
Don't-
Sendax's weakness, his next move. Like,
well, you did ask, and they seem to think that the plans for Sandax's defeat were already in place, and we were just somehow walking a path that had been laid much long ago. Or something to that effect. They asked my intentions towards Atticus.
That is interesting. That suggests you are not simply hearing rehashed prayers or a snippet of times past. You are not stumbling into a moment for somebody else. That would imply it is a moment intended for you.
receiving visions from a cognitive shadow confirmed. I mean, I hadn't really thought that it would have just been like some leftover prayers being replayed. But I'm glad you don't think it's that. I mean, yeah, it always felt kind of personal, honestly.
You seem to know personal details about me for certain.
Also, it just feels nice there every time we go.
Right.
This thread seems worth exploring. Yes, Obsidian?
Harlan, you do know why I am here.
I believe you spoke once of being guided towards watching over one or perhaps both of the Gladstones.
Yes. And doesn't this strike all of you as odd? Perhaps that there seems to be a second source of visions telling of Ceres and apparently Asha's grand place within machinations and destiny of some sort.
You think it is a nefarious misdirection? Or you think that the portents are just that great?
Well, I am confused by it. What
Your
is this
visions
source? Does it align with Azuma in any way? Do they both think of the same plan, path laid out, or are these separate entities so interested in what lies before?
Forgive me, I do not believe you have told me the details of your own visions. How beyond
Well,
them encompassing the Gladstones?
they are far more murky, but clearly Azuma thought Gladstone's siblings, or perhaps one of them, to be important enough to send one of us. These do not happen often. It is not that all of us receive portents like this and are sent on their way. It is a rare occurrence, and believed to carry a great weight. Thus, seeing as there is another source of such, although perhaps slightly more direct, I am just left confused as to what to think. Are these one and the same? Are these separate but unconnected? Or is there a through line that connects both, even though they are not one?
Is there anybody you can speak to in your community back at the mountain who could share more information on this?
I imagine so. Yes, I could ask for more guidance. I could lay down what happened so far. Seems like an awful long journey to make. Oh, we've been on longer, I suppose. When we find the time, perhaps.
I mean, I don't know anything about your mountain god, but like Sendax is trying to. It's not like he's just some evil emperor. He's like trying to destroy whole worlds, like Pip's whole other our world, you know. So maybe if I were a god, I'd be kind of pissed that like he was mucking about in like my realm of shit. Maybe there's more people on our side than we think.
I think there are a lot of possibilities. My understanding is that sometimes um, perceived different gods can in fact be facets of one and the same. And in other cases, more of a pantheon who may treat with one another and agree to work together. So,
Rafando.
so I know that doesn't illuminate much, but it certainly is possible that
Haviland pulls a face for a moment before just shaking his head and letting you carry on talking.
they are effectively working together to push us together and in the right direction. If that's what needs to happen, as they see it.
How does your involvement factor into that then? Do we think this divine cosmology extends beyond our world and into the threads of another? Or are you and your presence here entirely disruptive, for better or for worse?
I think such philosophical questions might be a little beyond me, but I don't know.
I will speculate.
It feels kind of like both to me, honestly. It feels often that my being here is wrong, but at the same time, it's like it's where I need to be. So I'm afraid I don't really know.
I know that Magira said to Deal that the imprint you leave upon magic is wrong. At least different to all the magical creatures and entities native to this world. You are of a different ilk of the arcane.
It is a little concerning that it might be noticeable, I suppose. I'll be keeping my head down. I'm used to that.
So what are your next steps?
I think the priority is to catch up with Lady Azuria, in my opinion.
We still need to gather more allies and information. And we have unfinished business with the firebrands.
You didn't get any further news of dragon eggs in our absence, did you?
Not since we spoke an hour ago on such matters.
No, I don't think we checked, and we've been gone a 10-day.
Not as of yet.
We have big questions about this key that keeps rotating on the outside of here.
Did we already ask Haviland about the Pillar Stone and the Gleaming Reef?
Yeah. Well, at least I think so.
Yeah.
But not Azuria. And the little bot on the corner is also not chiming in.
No, he's not. So a night's rest and then off to see the Sapphire Lady in the morning?
I think so.
Well, I will be in the city for some time. I can provide information as needed, and I will continue trying to keep abreast of any developments with potential draconic allies, or indeed draconic threats. There is increased activity. I feel the dragons of the world are aware, even those who do not know directly as I know. They sense that something is afoot, that a balance is shifting somewhere. Was that all you needed of me this evening?
I was really hoping you'd be like, oh yeah, that dragon, I was really good friends with her. This is what your visions mean. But at least maybe we've got some ideas. One of these days, though, I'm gonna find someone or something, and I'm I'm gonna ask it a direct question, and it's just gonna give it to me. That's my goal.
Would you like me to have lied?
Oh no, no, and it's nothing against you, Avalam. It's more like I even asked Corvellium. I was like, well, "What do you want? I'll give you a boon." It was like, "Give me the direct way to get Sendax," and it was like, "Oh, magic and mystery." So I think it's just the way of things.
Life has a certain narrative to it. The journey is just as important as the destination. You don't want to receive that information immediately and never benefit from the path of getting there.
Yeah, I hear you.
You think us selfish. Poor. I feel selfish because I keep hearing all these questions directed at my actions with a brother that wasn't even born to me. I was found in a forest and placed in charge of someone that I now need to make a decision whether lives or dies, whilst I am in no position to do that. And then she looks at Obsidian, and then you travel because of some portent has told you that we are important, and I keep focusing on these questions instead of maybe just thinking about how do we solve this problem. And I don't know if think about why part I play in it, or to not think about myself at all and just walk past that apparently has been laid. And many times I do not know how to act because I don't have the answers to these questions. Is this...
Stop being so self-absorbed.
Well,
You
this exactly.
don't need to have answers to these things. You have these worries, but whilst you have them, you've not endangered your companions, and you've continued to do good elsewhere in the world. You are allowed to have worries and concerns. The important part is that you have not burned all around you, focusing on those.
Have I not, though? Have I not, perhaps in the past, worried maybe too much about impact of my actions or my inactions?
I would give a fig about worries. I'm talking of actions. You've just freed a powerful creature from a dangerous society that sought to abuse it. Whatever you're doing is getting you the attention and the confidence and the boons of a spiritual creature. It directs another spiritual force to send a guardian to work with you.
I never had an issue protecting and doing good. But the observance of what do I do? You ask me all the time, what will you do when you find Atticus? This entity asks me. Everyone asks me. Yes, you too, Evelyn.
Yes, one time.
I feel I could trust my instinct better when I wasn't so observed. Now that I have to reflect on what I will do, I am filled with doubt. Whereas before
Were you though, or was the lack of observance meaning that you could go for long periods of time without actually paying it any heed at all? I have found this often myself in the past.
could be, but it's of no aid to me. I feel I may have gained some intuition, but the more intuition I have gained, the more anxiety about it I have gained too. probably go to sleep.
Very well. I have to show this to Clem. And pulls out a rather large, fine silver dagger. So shut him up once and for all. I bid you all a good evening.
Good night, Evelyn.
You're just heading to your beds?
I am.
Does Obsidian remain the night, or does he leave?
Then will remain. Then will also lay out the trinket that he got from the sailors on one of the rocks by the creek.
I'm going to go into Toothless Bro. Say, would you like to sleep on the big bed with me tonight?
To the Allosaurus? I didn't
Is it
even
fit in the
know.
bed?
I didn't even know. Yeah, I'm sure. Well, no. It's bigger than a horse. You know, it's 2x2. It is large. I'm more thinking, how does a thing like that lie down? It will
Isn't
probably.
that a baby? It's just out of the egg.
I'm eating a lot.
Ginger,
How
the other egg contained a stoat. So let's not maybe get into the logic of these eggs too much. I think he would struggle on your bed, but he will be able to find a way to
There's a big rug. There's a
curl
big
up
comfy rug.
under yeah, it can get settled on the rug.
Like very much
You may
Toothless
find it
sleep.
unnerving as you try to sleep, and there's just a huge pair of unblinking yellow eyes just fixed on you in the dark.
I can't even move my token. I think it's light on, Siri.
Oh no.
Now she's pinned to the ground.
Okay. Anything that anyone's doing in their room before I take us over overnight?
Sure.
Oh.
Obsidian will spend only about 2 to 3 hours of bad sleep, basically, in his room.
Mm-hmm.
And then he will just leave the whole place and travel through the city towards the little chapel of the Forgotten Gods, or whatever the place was called. Something like that, I feel. Obviously, this being the middle of the night, I don't imagine it will be opened, or, there will be anyone there. So he'll just sort of, depending on the state, because it might be a place that doesn't really close as such. So if possible, he will enter. If not, he will stay somewhere outside, close by, and try to get like a little bit of a shut-eye. But I imagine whatever happens, he will not sleep well this night, and thus might not get the full benefits of the rest. I don't know how you to go about that. I'm perfectly happy to keep it as a restful night, restless night, rather. Oh. So he would sort of potentially early morning welcome the not the priest. I'm not sure how to call him. Would he be there in the middle of the night?
He is.
What the?
He is.
I guess he's a coffee enjoyer.
He is, in fact, there.
Maybe a little bit too much.
Oh.
Sure.
Yeah, it's there somewhere. As you are walking towards the cathedral on this late night, two figures are sort of looking at you and are clearly following you. Tall, thuggish looking, lightly dressed, not in like heavy leathers or anything. And they're both just sort of keeping about 20, 30 foot behind you and just muttering to each other as they quite openly follow along, watching you.
Sure. I mean,
The streets are
Kindly
quiet
observe-
enough by this hour that it is conspicuous to you.
yeah, sure. I think Obsidian at some point will just sort of stop and look towards them with interest, just sort of openly admitting that he knows about their presence, but not really like sort of
They sort of stop a
advancing
little
or
bit.
anything.
They're quite big and clearly physically capable, and they sort of
Sure.
double up a little bit and look at each other, and one of them just gives you a...
Straightens himself. Mm-hmm.
Evening.
And to you. A calm night. It's not.
It is.
Yes.
Can I just check? Are you Obsidian?
Right.
Is that a confirmation?
Do we? Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. Right, first I go, right.
Do
that's
we?
gonna be that. And he claps the other one on the arm. I told you.
Does it mean anything to you?
Oh, we've just been in the tavern, and our friend Devon from Heart of Gold was telling us all about you. All about you. I served myself on the Gust, and can I? So fuck off. Can I shake your hand?
This is very funny for Obsidian, especially, I think, who I don't think shakes hands generally, just sort of with people he knows or anything. They're like, my hand. I suppose.
Oh, and he bustles
Yes.
forward and really eagerly, maybe shakes it a bit too long in the doubles. Like, really, really great, really great to meet you. They all speak. That whole crew talking very, very highly of you. They're basically drinking to you tonight in there. Everyone's like, did you dive after a kraken just to get a sailor? Because he's always talking shit.
I did jump into the
Fucking
water.
hell!
Yes.
Well,
I've
can I? And he roots in his bag and pulls out like a very, like you can even tell that it is weathered and tarnished and not worth much at all. It's like, this was my mum's chain, and I've always kept it with me for luck when I sail. Could I ask you to like bless it or do something with it for me? I'll feel much better. I know it's
think
not-
it's-
I know it's a big ask. I've got coin if that's
no, completely unnecessary. I understand. And he'll grab the thing and just sort of do his best impression of how he feels Haviland just sort of had this intention towards the coin, and then obviously he also asked Lady Azuria of the same. He just sort of has this like moment where he just wishes well upon this man. And potentially his mother?
And he takes it back and is really bowing his head a lot. And
It's-
clearly, you get the impression very much that this is a guy who is normally a bit of a hard-faced bastard in a unkind, rough, very sort of, workplace banter, abusive sort of environment. And you can tell that he is not used to being this polite and deferential, but he definitely wants to get it right. So yeah, he takes the chain and puts it back on. He's like, many thanks. I won't forget this.
May the winds be kind to you.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so very much. Do you hear that? Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Obsidian. And like they start walking off at a brisk pace, and it's like, I fucking believe it.
What is your name?
Bartello.
Othello. Of the ship, the Gust. Not doing.
They
Is on
walk
his
off
way.
Very excited.
Confused. Very confused. Shaking his head a little bit. Bit of a shame. Could use the fight. Just
Well wishes. So the cathedral itself, the others will see I have placed them here, but invisible, so they can still see what's going on. What's happening with your vision? Well, yeah, it's nighttime, love. It's not a map of a night variant, so it's just darkness ramped up. I could stand to lighten it a bit, I suppose. Yes, so in the church, in the cathedral. Oh, hello.
hello.
Lead.
Yes, I have found myself restless. It's, that's the question now. I don't imagine we have basically one, because those are books specifically, and they would probably be on Pip still. So yeah, so Obsidian, whatever he has mostly in his head. Okay, just have to get through that. So Obsidian will only bring the beans, I imagine, but not really reaching for them yet. Just sort of slightly surprised that there's someone here. What keeps you at night?
I don't sleep much. I find whenever I do shut up and close the doors, that's when someone turns up anyway. So I tend to remain open and sometimes sit and just have a bit of a quick rest. But Saturdays are when I normally stay closed. What keeps you restless?
Well, potentially the gods. Not sure. Maybe just big lizards with huge ambitions and egos.
You're not talking about yourself, are you? You don't seem egotistical to me.
I would hope that is true. Although it has been put to question, I think, today. Not sure how to take some comments. I don't think that's a topic for us. I would sooner ask you about gods. That seems to be what you know about.
That is my calling.
Yes. So, you do know of many, and Those
I do,
more
but
obscure
I
to some.
focus on the little ones, the obscure ones, the
Hmm.
forgotten ones, the ones that were and no longer are.
Right.
I obviously know about people like Ilmater, but if you want to know the details of them, any library or temple can fill you in there.
Right. And would you happen to have an information on the Yuan Tai beliefs? Yuan Tai?
Ooh,
Yeah,
the snake folk.
the very same.
They had an old, large pantheon. I know that much. Very prolific, very mean. They were no Seldarine, let me tell you that. But I knew there was. I knew there was. Was it Set? No, what's somebody else I'm thinking of? There was Seth, and there was Mashalak. But I know that some people thought they were the same. I know that much. And I think those are the only ones I know. They were quite big. Still very actively worshipped in many parts of the world.
Are those beliefs true to all the Yuan Ti? Or
Ooh, that's an awfully generalizing statement. No. They have some non-Yuan-Ti followers as well.
but you have heard of that pantheon, and it has been widespread, you say?
Yes, I know there was a time where the Yuan-Ti pantheon was the dominant pantheon. But we're talking a very long time ago.
How long would that be?
Goes to this book and starts leafing through, but it's like a good 2,000-3,000 years. Very long time
2000.
ago.
Interesting. Must be another coincidence then. Any of them died on any cross?
Jesus.
Meshach and Seth. Oh, you might be interested in learning about the other two. We have found
It's his pen, or his quill.
a book that describes Zahir, a shadowed Fang.
Ooh.
Seems to be either a descendant or an aspect or in some form connected to Seth, so it is interesting that you say that Meshach has also been believed to be part of it.
Okay.
I suppose that from what little I know of them and the beliefs they held, does seem fitting. They would have.
Always remember, if you're reading a book now, you're reading it as somebody decided it was in the last 50 years. Not as it may have been thousands of years ago. So, the Shadow-Fanged Serpent. What was the other one? Is it there were two?
Yes. She who brings the dews at dawn. Quite a moniker, that. Yes, although no.
Well, I will do a bit of cross-referencing, and I will speak to people as they come in, and I will do what I do and build my knowledge of these new deities that you've brought to me, and if I find anything out, I will be sure to tell you.
Right, I will speak to my companion about the book.
Okay.
Perhaps that would be of use to you. Now,
Most beneficial.
would you happen to know anything more about Seth and Meshach and...
As I say, because they were quite big and were quite well known, they wouldn't really fall into my purview to spend time collecting information on, but I dare say if you go to any regular library, you'll find tomes on them. That information won't be secret.
I see. Interesting. Seemed like such a secluded tribe.
Well, here's the interesting thing about Seth. Different people have reported over years that even though there's these little clusters of Yuan-Tai around the world that have never even interacted with each other, they all know about Seth. So it is suggested sometimes that this pantheon imposed themselves as opposed to being naturally believed in. Kind of like how those flat pyramids appear everywhere around the world.
Right. Well, I will be curious to know if you find any more information on any of these. I have a strange, in, intuition, feeling about she who brings the dews at dawn. Are you? Well, not sure how all these things overlap when they are gods, dragons, beings, places of worship. Does the name Coravellium mean much to you?
No.
No. Right. Well then. Not important, probably. That one's a dragon, as a
Oh, well,
place
that explains it then.
has.
You may as well ask me about bugbears.
Well, I do know some seem to have worshipped her. I'm not sure in how much of a. Well, it would seem like religious intent. That is only why I thought there might be a link there.
Sorry.
Well, I will seek out the tomes, the libraries. Right, and he sort of just pats himself and finds the means. I happen to be traveling. I'm told, but I do not know much about these either. I'm told these are rare to some extent, and he'll provide the
Ooh!
parcel.
Oh, heavens! These... Oh, they smell delightful. Well, what would you like for them? Maybe it must have cost you a pretty penny?
Oh, well. They were earned by favors, and you have certainly given me favors by answering those questions. So, I'd say we're even.
I will savour our encounter with every sip.
And
Most appreciated.
do you plan on staying all night around here?
Maybe. Can never sweep these floors too much or polish the windows. Note how they shine even when it's night. It's the blessings of the many deities who dwell here. I'm jesting. There is an oil lamp on the street outside the window. It casts its light in all night, but I do love that jape.
Yes. Any deities of calm dreams?
I believe so.
That is not a very pertinent question. So, I think I would like to stay till morn. I suppose this is as good a place, if not better than most. To think of Azuma. And then I'll try to rest a bit.
Well, Untam will find you when you do decide it's time. And he will leave you to rest as he potters about his business.
Mm-hmm.
And will you spend basically the night sleeping there?
Yeah, pretty much. Just will first sort of just think. Well, I might actually just sort of look towards the lamp that was described, sort of towards the light, just meditating and just concentrating on Azurma and that sort of potential direction that was mentioned earlier.
You stare and you focus, but it seems that no
Yeah.
external guidance finds you this night. I would say you get a benefit of a short rest,
Sure.
but the others get a long. So I will, first of all, do the long rest new day for the others, and then I will prompt a short rest for you.
Lovely.
And as we start the morning deciding where we want to go shopping for the day, should we take our 15 minutes and then get back into it? So yeah, we'll take 15 and then we will... Ring has broken. Where are we going today in Athkatla? I will assume we break our fast in the Platinum Halls or in the Adventurers Guild. What is on the docket for today?
Peep will spend however long you're supposed to spend in the morning preparing spells, because it does actually have some kind of time, but we've got the time, so I do that. But I imagine, unless we really need a breakfast, our first thought will probably be straight to Azuria. Thoughts?
Yeah, we need to get there.
That's the big one.
Like, I do have errands and stuff I want to do for,
So, in my case, you find your way into a part of the city you've not been into before, the Scepter District. It is walled off. There are clear gates and checkpoints, and they are heavily guarded. In fact, do I have? No, I don't. That's fine. Another day. But yes, you find your way to one of these gatehouses, and when you explain that you're looking for Lady Azuria, you can tell that even if these are regular city guards, you can tell that there is the impression that they've kind of been told to expect you. And one of them a little begrudgingly gives directions to Azurian Manor. And the other one's like, it just doesn't roll off the tongue. Urechu Manor is much easier to say. Azurian Manor. It's a bit conceited, isn't it? Just to his companion. But yeah, you are directed several streets away, about 10 minutes walk, to a large, stately home. And as you approach it, you recognize immediately that there are quite a few guards dotted around the grounds, many of them actively training, and they are all wearing the very obvious and recognizable armor of the Azure Court. But yeah, let me...
Is it very blue?
It's very blue. Let me pop your
Hello.
map. Oh yes, several of you are invisible now, thanks to Obsidian's nocturnal expeditions. Where are we?
Ha!
Spies.
Yeah, they weren't the only people tailing you.
Why? I don't know why. Siri's got the night vision again, but who knows? I'm sick of.
Because she's got a helmet.
But it's
Yeah, but this
making
place is
you,
lit.
but it's making you go black and white in places that it shouldn't be the case.
Oh,
Yeah, you are brought in to the manor, and you are told to head upstairs, and you are led to. You are escorted up to Lady Azuria. Follow me. If you will. And he will head up. This map is behaving a little bit funky, so I will just
Okay.
move you.
gorgeous map. Absolutely stunning.
It is based off the Petit Trianon.
We all wait for someone else to make the first move.
Yep. You are again showed up into the room, and Azuria Deep Shield is in there talking with a couple of her knights. Again, almost very similar to your first meeting with her. Sort of stood hands on the table talking, and she looks up and sees you all and gives a warm smile.
I was just checking to see if we had seen her in smoke show form before, and we have, so.
Yeah, we have.
Smoke show form.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, Luca remembers.
And as a reminder, she's just breaking 7 foot tall. She is not she is clearly she's not particularly muscular. She just seems to be of a bigger build. Yeah. Thank you for joining me.
Was she German last time?
I can't remember what she was. I'll have to go back and look it up, but I think that I gave her a slight lilt.
Oh, that was German.
No, it is Sapphire Dragon. These places, Germany does not exist. Thank you for joining me. How have you been since Ashberta?
Honestly, just busy. Really busy.
I mean, I think we're having a better time here than we were there. That was not the best place to have been.
Have you broken your fast yet?
No. Just kind of right over here.
And she just nods to a servant. Even the waiting staff seem to be partially armored. And yeah, so please dine with me. It would seem we have next steps to discuss. Whenever time installed here, it will take some time to become accustomed. I will acquaint myself with the magocracy here and the important nobles. And soon we shall have things working in order to aid us against Sendax, yes?
Yeah.
You think that they will be on side easily?
Yes. I have influence, and at the end of the day, this is the city of coin, and I have access to it. So anybody who does not agree with me can be swayed by coin, which is a sad fact of the world. It will allow us to get business done. It comes to the small matters of supplies, logistics. I am loath to turn to forces and resources such as mercenaries for such important work. Mercenaries can always be swayed. And our work is imperative here.
Is that your conviction?
It's my experience. Even if there are few who can pay more than me, there are ones who will claim to be able to pay more.
An idea dims inside Sierra's head.
Once you're all done getting set up and established, what are your next? What's your next steps? Do you need anything from us?
Though these are our next steps,
Yeah.
are they not?
Jim, we talked to her what feels like a year ago. I'm just trying to get back up to speed. What our next steps are. Yeah, I just wondered where you were wanting to send us, or what you were needing us to do for you.
Well, my understanding was that we had to work in chorus, yes? In concert.
Yeah.
You have identified Sendax's lieutenants.
Well,
We
some
will
of
work.
them we were able to get information. Some of them less so. Like
Which one's less so?
We couldn't get much on the mushroom lady, could we? Like we couldn't find a whole lot on her. Right?
But you know that she is in the Feywild, yes?
Yeah. But
Onslaught you have already dispatched.
Yeah. And Count Vampula.
Inconsequential. A lieutenant.
The one that's really elusive would be Thaxelcilia. And the Shadowfellian one.
What did they look like?
We don't know.
Yeah.
Are these not just all the dudes that were at the
The
No.
meeting was with representatives, remember? That's why I'm trying to-
Thaxelcilia's envoy was a drow. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't know anything about that one.
Yeah.
There are definite holes in our information gathering. 2 particular items stand of note. We know that Krigalsu is keen in finding something called the Pillar Stone. But we do not know what it is, or indeed where to find another piece of it.
I have heard tales of pillar stones as being hugely metaphysical and magical items that allow the material plane to connect to other planes.
What he's trying to build a bridge, like a magical bridge.
case. But there are already gateways to the Feywild, spells that can take one to the Shadowfell, rituals which can take one through to the Hells. Travel between these places is already possible.
What about en masse?
Yeah. What if he's doing it with the other here places? Not just, you know, Feywild and other those places. But like where you know, all the other realms that he's working on. Sorry, I don't know how to. I'm not good at all this.
You think he means to use it to bridge various different material planes?
I mean, maybe if he's trying to unite and conquer all.
I was thinking along the same lines where it is possible Syndax is less interested in travel between the planes and more about permanent merging of them under a single.
This would seem to be possible. But you already have this pillar stone.
Just the one. We believe there's another.
Do you know if both are required? Or simply just one, and Sendax was hedging his bets?
Oh man, I'm really hoping the answer is both.
They
Well, they were like-
certainly
yeah.
were very keen to be finding the second one, it would seem. I don't suppose you know anything about the Gleaming Reef or the Pillarstone fragments, or know where I could do some research? The ordinary libraries here were not at all
Gleaming
adequate.
Reef.
The Gleaming Reef, yes.
There's not a term I'm familiar with. A location, presumably underwater.
Fortunately, I think underwater is a bit too much for us to go on.
Indeed. I myself, unlike many dragons, have the ability to breathe underwater. And my mineral body means that the depths of the sea do not affect me the way that other creatures are. I can only assume that the same therefore is true for Sendax. So layering deep underwater would be sensible. I have a small hideaway myself beneath the Sea of Stars. But pressure is not so much an issue there.
Should I reach out to the mages of the city in order to pursue their libraries? Or perhaps wait until you have already made contact with the powers of the city?
Do you think it wise to bring arcane attention to yourself?
I could.
I do not.
You should definitely not reach out, but I can. I'm a card carrying member now of their little club, their magic
Oh,
club.
yes, the license. What is the cost of the license these days?
I will say the number that I paid.
I think it's 5,000, I think.
Something like that.
Do you require sponsorship for this, Pip?
I was initially thinking to not bother for the sake of, like you say, not drawing attention. However, if you think it worthwhile, then yes, certainly.
5,000. To the same servant who nods and hurries up a room.
Oh, hey, we need to tell you there may be a small red dragon showing up sometime soon, but he's with, he's on our side. He's
Explain.
he might be stopping by the city soon, so just don't, attack him or anything. We freed him from capture out in some snake temple. Oh god, I wasn't actually there, guys. I wasn't there for
How
that session.
how young are we talking? A wormling?
I don't. He's like smaller.
A young adult.
Rideable size.
Definitely at least a young adult, adult-sized, but not extremely old.
I see.
And he's from some astral place. One of those places.
So he is a Githyanki Drake. He is not even.
Yes.
Well, this should be fine. I mean, of course, if he turns up and causes trouble, it would be no issue to kill him. But
Yeah, but we should.
one would hope that he puts aside his training and does not turn up to just simply raise the city.
Well, at the very least, he, I think, feels, that we did him a favor. So
Seemed very bent on just going home.
Very well. His name? And one of you says Jadenak. Very well.
did we ever write that down?
Yes, we did.
But I wasn't there. Otherwise,
I wrote it
made
down.
up name for him that sounds slightly similar.
Did I write it down?
Somewhere. I remember seeing an attempt at spelling it somewhere. I have to correct it, I think. I think I saw like Gendax. I was like, no, Sendax and his unrelated dragon friend, Gendax.
Oh, I don't actually think I wrote it down.
So you have business in the city.
Yeah, quite a bit.
What do you have?
I gotta replenish a bunch of components for my trade.
Forgive me. I meant of consequence to our mission, not logistical.
Sure. Well, this was kind of the big thing, meeting with you. The rest is resupplying, and it may not have direct consequence, but it sure does affect the outcome of any other thing we try to do. So, gotta do that, and then just trying to find out more about these lieutenants and plan next steps. I guess.
Well, when you have concluded whatever affairs of the coming days and weeks occupy you in the city, I have some small steps and measures for you to take, leads to investigate, that I think will lend themselves to our greater goal.
Yeah, perfect. What do you got?
There is a temple I wish for you to investigate. It is unseeable. It cannot be entered to dragonkind. So I consider it pertinent for you to investigate. My meditations have led me to understand only that it contains some small measure of a tool for defeating Sendax. But beyond that, I do not know more.
Above the table, have we discussed? We did discuss about talking to her about the heart of brass, right? Or did I make that up?
You
We discussed it, and
mentioned
then
it
we're
to
like,
Haviland, and Haviland was very much like, "Do you need to?"
Yeah, Havlat
And then
was
left
like,
it with you.
hey, you play that shit close to the chest,
Okay.
kind of vibe. Because it was very much like that moment in Lord of the Rings where Gandalf's like, I would use it in an attempt to do good. Kind of, yeah. So we don't want to give it to anyone or let people know that we have it because they'll want it to try and do good, or if they're bad, the opposite.
Fair.
We're just, wandering around with the wandering dragons. Questions about tonight? In fact, didn't we put it in the vault? Didn't we say we were gonna put it in the vault?
We haven't built the vault yet.
Oh,
No? You sure?
Yeah,
thought we did.
because if you had, I'd have placed the vault room on the map.
Oh,
This is why I was like, I want a table. I want a clear deadline. Because I feel like quite often we talk about ideas for rooms
yeah.
and then we think they've happened.
No, but if we execute it, then we kind of we log it, I think.
Yeah,
I'm not
so
sure.
if
Or
it's in the
maybe
notes, if the notes confirm it, great, but I feel like I'd have put it on. Because I've got a room ready for it.
No, I think we decided we didn't, because we don't have a lot of money, so we kind of.
yeah, I haven't got it noted in the spreadsheet, and it's 5,000 gold.
We've been recently put in a position to refurbish the platinum halls, and we'd be keen to take work for gold if there's anything that you need undertaking.
I'm sure as I establish myself here in the city, I will hear of work and tasks that are needed, and you obviously have your employment with the Adventurers Guild, which I understand to be lucrative and helpful, honest work.
If there's nothing else you need from us, then we'll get all resupplied. And if you happen to come across any additional resources for how we find anything out about Shadowfelly, Lieutenant,
Well, this will be a matter of going to the Shadowfell, I would imagine, when you know where to go within the Shadowfell.
yeah, well, finding that out would be,
Do you understand the puppet differences in the planes?
um,
She sort of asks across the table.
yeah, I'm gonna look around.
The
'cause
Shadowfell
my-
is a dark mirror of this world, whereas the Feywild and the Hells are their entire own geographical locations. Things will seem familiar in the Shadowfell, whereas to travel to the Hells, you'll feel like you are in another world altogether, because you are.
Perhaps this is information we could use, try to figure out where dragons such as her would her lair, and then figure out a way of crossing to the other side. Who has such abilities? Athletics? Wizards?
Powerful wizards, some powerful druids, though they do not wish to travel to the Shadowfell most of the time. I believe many Shadakai are also able to move between these places. It is a natural home. Rarely, very rarely, there are singular points of entry like the Feywild, but I do not know of any. Such is their rarity and the spectacular occurrence of them. Normally the sites of terrible magical battles raged where rifts appear in the fabric of time.
Didn't we learn of a Fey Gate?
Yes. One that was
Oh.
closed.
Yes, those are just on the map. They are known, dangerous to approach normally. Several are heavily guarded in where they are part of the city's infrastructure, but yes, Fey gates exist, and anybody with knowledge and the correct reagents can perform a ritual that will take them to the hells. If you know of any reputable or ill-reputable magic shop or reagent store, they will be able to give you the materials, or sell you the materials required for such a ritual.
We did have a great magic shop, but the owner's mind was taken over by Sendax because we accidentally gave him a book that was like possessed by Sendax.
Who is this? Which book?
Home of
Know what it
Hughes?
is? Did you kill them?
Well, no, so we kept him alive for misinformation purposes, but we've mostly just left him alone.
What is their name? Yes,
Surely
active-
not if you're
yes, they're
going to
active
kill
in the
this.
city.
He owns a big purple shop in the city.
Lady Azurias, surely you would not kill a man whose mind is not his own, but has committed no crime or offense. If you think he's a threat, then for sure, perhaps he could take an extended leave of absence, but
Yes, I will imprison him, because if he is actively being used by the enemy to further an existence-ending goal, sentiment has its limits in such a place.
yes, but so does humanity, so if it's not beyond, I don't mean to be imprudent, but there's levels of imprisonment. This man is not a criminal. In fact, if anything, his fate was very much caused by our actions, not his own.
I
Just
am
saying a
blessed
degree of
in that
comfort.
I am able to look beyond the scope of, as you put it, humanity, and see a larger picture. If this man is a vessel for Sendax, he cannot be continued to roam around doing Sendax's business.
I agree, but he's not just a vessel, he is also a man.
Indeed. Which is why I will not kill him. I will keep him somewhere I can keep an eye on him.
Sounds fair.
Told you, yes.
Yeah. There's honestly things are gonna keep coming to me that we should keep just try and keep you updated as they come. So much has happened since we started on our what, it's like 3 weeks ago? Days are we in this adventure?
40 something?
There is another element. One that I would wish to have the opportunity to deal with personally. But there might come such a time where we need allies in the city guard. There's a group that operates in this city. The brother of my adoptive father leads them. His name is Elias Gladstone. We found him in conference with Sendex's lieutenants, although usually these lieutenants have a master they served. We haven't quite identified whom, if any, Elias serves. I am keen to pull at this thread myself, but his operation is large and manifold, and I would be remiss to not. I guess it would be prudent if the guards or the city could be aware that we might need them at some point, if it proves too difficult for us to handle alone.
Your family seem quite embroiled in all of this. An uncle who serves Sendax, a brother who serves Sendax.
The Gladstones are not my biological family. They are my found one. And there was kindness in my parents, although I confess I have not heard from them in many moons. And I know where I come from. Pip, where do we come from?
Near Waterdeep. Water's Deep.
If you have any operatives in Water's Deep, I would personally be very grateful just for a check-in. I wrote to them weeks ago. I haven't heard word since. I hope they are well. It would bring me great reassurance to know that they are, since I cannot go to Waterdeep myself.
I worry that you are not going to be capable of weathering the decisions that need to be made to destroy Sendax. You wring your
Well, that is
hands over the well-being of a man who is used as a tool of the enemy. This is a man, I seem to understand, is almost a stranger to you all. Yet two members of your own flesh and blood are far more deeply embroiled in Sendax's schemes. I worry about your ability to kill your brother to save the world, if circumstance calls for it. Your uncle.
Lady Azuria, no disrespect, but I will not, no matter your grand stature and your disposition, you don't know me. My care about the people who raised me did not speak of weakness, no matter what you may think.
I've known 100 of you, but very well.
This,
Have it your way.
this companion right here, and she points to Pip, he's crossed worlds and timelines, driven in part for an affection to a step-sibling. Power of connection and bonds. We don't know what consequences they may bring, but they are powerful.
I'm not sure the relevance, but very impassionately spoken. To our business then.
Yeah, we'll get resupplied, and that taken care of, and come back here and go after this temple.
Yes, the halls of a vast. I will give you all the information I have on it, as little as that is, when the time comes, and hopefully you will find some nature of this weapon. I interpret it as being a weapon against Sendax. The wording was vague. It could also be against all any and all dragonkin, which in these circumstances would still be useful. You know where to find me? The servant has come back in with a heavy pouch, which he brings over to Pip to be used for the provision of a license. And
Very well, thank
will
you.
Gain 5,000 gold.
Rolling in it. Don't think my coin pouch can hold that much. That's like £100 worth of gold.
The luggage can munch it if you need.
I will thank Lady Azarian for her help. I'll be back shortly.
Yeah, her eyes makes no attempt to hide that her eyes are following Siri, and her brow is a little furrowed. But before even the last of you is out of the room, she gives a knock on the table. It's like, what is next? To two of the knights who are nearby. And yeah, you are led out of the Azurian Manor.
I'll wait until we get like a safe distance away, and I'm like, she was quite intense, right?
She's like super severe, right? Like, I'm all
Yes, she
about it
does.
because, you know, she seems to be getting shit done, and we need
Hmm.
like someone like that to help us, you know. But yikes, little scared, honestly, of her, just on an individual level.
She seems to be taking this whole situation quite seriously, which I think is quite warranted.
You are away. Doesn't mean that, you know, everything and everyone be sacrificed for the greater good. What was she going to do? Like imprison a man in a cell to rot and waste his life? I'm sure he has relations, loved ones, people he cares about.
I mean, if Sundax is controlling his mind, I doubt he's seen any of his loved ones recently. He's kind of already in a prison. You know.
No, we haven't
Sendax
seen.
is sat around eating bread and butter pudding in the from some random
He was.
family.
He didn't turn into a full puppet. Sandax had access, yes, but
I'm sure anytime Sundax
Well,
has something doing in the city, it's just like remote input.
what does that mean? Does that mean that so we now decide that just because someone or a tool is used for a purpose that determines the nature of the tool? You know, obsidian uses a hammer to bash people's skulls, but it can also be used to build cities.
I mean, listen, I'm not really wanting to get into a huge debate. She said she's gonna handle it, but like, if we knew a guy was going around murdering ladies in the night, um, you know, even if he didn't mean to because of like some mental sickness, I think it would be a safe thing to do for like everyone to like, you know, take him somewhere and put him somewhere where he can't hurt anyone else. And this person is got their mind open to control from someone who literally wants to end existence. So like, yeah, let Lady Azuria set him up in some, you know, room where he can't do any bidding for Sendex. I don't understand really what the problem is. But, you know, I'm not wanting to fight. She says she's going to handle it. Let's go get our supplies.
I'm sure he won't be, held for too long. I mean, it's been 6 weeks and we're already level 9, so, If he has to be imprisoned for a couple of months, then
What I'm
that's...
hearing here is I need to slow down the leveling up rate.
Shut up, Pip.
If he has to be in prison for a couple of months whilst we affect change, then there are far worse fates.
No, I agree. I agree. There
But
is
yes,
a
I understand
difference.
that it did seem a little bit like she was happy to just off him.
Hey, above
She's
the
still in
table,
prison, like,
above the
the
table,
first thing
she
she did.
didn't get to explain what she was about to do before she found herself defending moral objections. It's like, what?
I mean, no, I'm really sorry. It might have been how she played it, but the way she said it, she was like, "What is his name?" And also, like, the first thing she asked is, "Did you kill him?" And she asked it in such a way of like, "You should have probably killed him."
She
So,
wanted to
like,
know if this guy was alive or not.
I mean, if we could have killed
Lot
him,
of
we probably
intent
would,
being
but we could
described.
not.
We probably should have killed him, but I don't think we were even able to. We were still very low level, and he was like, what, a level 9?
I mean, he just was channeling raw Sendak's power, like able to make us freeze on the spot and all
You also
sorts.
but
sieve,
that's not
sieve your
him.
brain.
Yeah.
That's not him. That's Sendax. Like, guys,
So we must
I
disarm
love
Sendax.
we're like this close to being the bad ones.
Siri talked for long enough that like it didn't work for me to interrupt in the moment, but when it's like, have some humanity, it's like, bitch, I don't need to, I'm a dragon.
But again, if a murderer was going around killing people, we wouldn't be like, oh, have some humanity. It'd be like, he is actively harming others. We should lock him away.
I don't think Sirius displayed any sort of reluctance to dealing with murderers and with like bad people, but it's just like, you know, like at some point you have to stop and consider circumstances, right? And I think, in fact, this should be an in-character conversation as we walk,
I'm all for that.
because of course Siri is thinking about these things, and she will turn to Pip and she'll go like, your desire to go back started by trying to change things, to prevent things. What do we? Yeah, okay. Say I meet Atticus today and I kill him, and that's it. Is that the kind of world we want to live in? In a world that doesn't allow for hope, for change, for people to change their convictions, their beliefs, and dedicate their lives to better things? Is that the world we really want to live with? A reality we want to engage with?
I do believe in those things, but I think Atticus has probably already had several second chances, and possibly similar to Tolgerius. I'm not entirely sure whether he's acting under his own steam at this point, or is also a tool for the enemy. But how would we know?
I guess this is where hope comes in. You don't know.
It's a lot to gamble on hope. If you and he face off, and you give him that chance, he might kill you. And all I know is that I'll do anything in my power to stop that happening.
I struggle with this deterministic view of paths laid before us. Was I abandoned in a forest, left in fear, so that I could be found, so I could be raised next to someone that I should kill? Is that what was fated for me? What sort of cruel game was that then?
Is it fate, or is it the result of choices made by free will? it's hard to tell how much is happenstance or destiny and how much is of our own making. He had the same, for the most part, upbringing as you. But now we're on opposite sides.
We didn't. At least he doesn't think so. In any case,
Well-
my concern for my adoptive parents was genuine. I haven't brought it up because there's been no time, and I'm sorry if it feels like I'm distracted. I am not. But it's strange to send a letter saying, by the way, your son has left this plane in search for the demonic plane and is now serving a creature that is going to consume everything and not hear back. Now we get back to the cult. It's like, dear Sirius, sorry it took us so long to... We were planting turnips. I completely forgot to post this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a thing. Oh. You need to pay the postage for this waiting parcel.
I don't know. In my darkest moments, I worry that him or Elias would use them as leverage, you know? So just to know that they're okay would silence some of the voices in my head.
It's about what? With the voyage, it's about 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks until you sent the letter now, isn't it?
I mean, it's when Pip left.
When Atticus left.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yes, when Atticus left.
Awkward. Yeah, so I feel that's about
It's like not all Atticus.
that's about 2.5, 3 weeks in game. Yeah. And it's not it.
I mean,
not that
it's
this isn't like your wings. Like, yeah, you are awaiting a response still.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I don't know what usual post times. But like, you know, Waterdeep's it's not like in the middle of nowhere. It's like, I'm sure there's like,
I would say in normal service, you may have expected a response about a week ago. At that
Yeah.
point. So where are we heading to as this conversation takes place?
I mean, Asher seems really keen to get some reagents.
I mean, I brewed every potion possible on that boat. So basically, I would just like to rebuy everything.
So are you talking about just your component power? Do you actually want to spend gold on specific reagents?
Yeah, I'm willing to spend gold.
Do you want to drop those in your channel then, rather
Yeah.
than do I'd like to buy 8
I'll
bear
just
fats.
scroll up.
As much as I'd love for you all to go and see Agrippa.
No, we found a new place, remember? This list again.
I could definitely use a couple of healing potions.
It's just the same list of everything about.
Well, once you have a herb garden, you can start to grow healing potion materials more consistently yourself. Obsidian, anything you're wanting to do and check out?
Yeah, certainly so. Obsidian wishes to visit the Ogman Temple Monastery.
Oh, okay.
Right? The archives, the Dragon Archives.
Okay.
That was within a temple of Ogma, right?
Yeah.
I'm not
Dragon Hall.
absolutely sure. Yes, the Dragon Hall. So that will be a place. And also, I think once the topic of morality dies down a little, and it's like a little bit, behind us, Obsidian might pipe up about Thaxelcilia, because we have considered gathering information and trying to find a place that would make sense. It's the only thing that comes to mind when I'm looking to my notes, and so Obsidian goes back to like what we know about Thaxelcilia. Agamemnon told us that she destroyed a temple of Amonator in the Shining Plains. So perhaps the clerics of Amonator could know anything about a huge dragon which at some point in time destroyed it, and whatever, if it left anywhere, if anyone was trying to then find it and take revenge or anything like that. It is a lead, even if a weak one.
If you bring that up, Asher will chime in saying, "Oh yeah, and also if Shadowfell is like a place, they surely have gods and temples, right? Maybe we could ask some Shadowfell people that are here. Maybe you'll find a temple of Shard or something."
Okay, so a few things. First of all, what are you looking up in the Dragon Hall?
All the names that came up in the book of Yuan-Tai gods, and if anything, like registers as draconic.
Yeah, nothing pops, but just remind you it's specifically draconic knowledge.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, nothing comes up in the Yuan-Tai.
Okay, and also, I suppose I'm not sure how their little archiving thing works, because they do just have general stuff on draconic like features and like not specific dragons, but more general knowledge as well, right?
Yeah.
So he would be interested to know if there's anything about the. So we know of Dragonsight, which seems to be like this ultimate ability that some ancient ones possess. So like, is there anything about ones that can conquer death in a non-undead fashion, in a way, like reincarnation of dragons or anything like that?
Okay, I will provide you with some documentation about that before next session. Can you also make me a religion check, please, Obsidian?
Gladly. Just navigate to the book. Oh, I could do that from my card. Religion. There we go. Yeah.
30. You would realize, and you think about it, but you don't think you've ever seen a temple to a monitor before?
Oh.
Or...
I mean, yeah. Obsidian, I don't think this would be even a big thing. Like,
yeah. When you think about following it up, you're thinking, I don't think I recall ever seeing a temple to that, or know what their clergy are called and all of that. Anything else you're wanting to check out?
Well, there's just the regular library of Athkatla then, regarding the same Yuan-Tai pantheon, like following on the information from Michael.
Well, on that, I can provide. You find that Zehir, Seth, Mershulk, and She Who Brings the Dews at Dawn all have books in the Athkatla library from what looks to be a series called Yuan-Tai Deities.
What a series. Are there any additional entries that wouldn't be those four?
I am revealing. I am moving these to the law books category.
If it's a series, consider Obsidian a subscriber.
Have they revealed now? I've added them all to law books.
Law books. Yep. Cool. Wait, no. Those are some old stuff.
No?
Okay, there they are. Yes. So those four are the four.
Yes.
There's no like. Oh, and also.
What? The fifth secret god of the Yuan-Tai? Sandax.
Well, I wouldn't put it past them to have more hidden parts.
Okay, while you're looking at them, Pip, anything you're wanting to do? I'm basically looking to see what the shopping wrap up is from everybody in these last 10 minutes before we get into hijinks next week.
Yeah, I would return the scroll of water walking, which hopefully she's just happy to take, since I bought so much other stuff from her. I'm gonna not bother buying any more inks and things yet, just because of how our funds are sitting, I think. So
Make me a
yeah.
persuasion check, Pip.
No,
DC 10.
Asher. Fuck.
She explains regretfully they have a no refund policy, but she will exchange for store credit.
Deal.
She asks what equivalent scroll. No, I'll let you. You can play. All we have is this scroll of thaumaturgy. You have to take it. Okay.
I was actually looking for a scroll of sickening radiance.
Sickening radiance.
Was a joke that I thought would introduce GM Rage to you.
Oh, the fucking microwave! No, you're fucking not. I've caught up now. Not a fucking chance. And Force Cage. And no. Okay. Anything from Sire before we get to our larger adventure business? Any shopping she wants to do? Oh, you're muted.
I think it's time to sell the whip for party funds. Probably to the nice little goblin in the Adventurers Guild. But we can do that offline.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Pop that in your channel.
Yep.
And I'll give you a gold summary before he just takes that back and sells it back to the arena, and round it goes.
Yeah, and just kind of just to make sure we have some party funds. And I think I kind of grab a couple of healing potions because I did sort of drink a couple, I think. There is something she wants to bring to the group.
Do so.
Okay, so do you remember the Ronnie guy, the one who was mugging, and then we sent him to the... I haven't heard back. Or we haven't heard back. I think we should go to the Sea's Bounty and just... I don't know, I feel this is a problem that we need to tackle I need to tackle heads on.
What's it, the Sea's Bounty?
Sea Bounty is where he was looking for jobs. Like there was jobs opening.
Okay.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I
have
may have accidentally reused the name Sea's Bounty for where you met Zaphod then. If I have, we'll establish it. It wasn't the same place. That's a mistake on my part if I've done
it. But I'd like to finish my tattoo so that I if it's to be a fight, it will be a fight. So perhaps we do that on a morning where we're feeling particularly refreshed. I just wanted to run it by you if you wanted to come with me.
I mean, I'm sure we'd be happy to. Although we're not exactly a stealthy lot, so it depends on what your approach is. Quite conspicuous.
I think my uncle knows. I made it clear to him that
So you did set a big fucking golden thing, robbing his suitcase.
What?
When you took their reinforced thing, didn't you? And said, "Oh, tell my uncle I came to collect this."
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
From the boombox lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember? So he knows I'm looking for him, and I think I'm more than ready to have an overdue conversation. I'll be honest. Part of me thought that perhaps we could sway them. Lady Azuria thinks you can't buy people. I know my uncle has always been desperate for funds for his causes. Whether that is a lie or not, I can no longer tell.
Well, I'll stand with you if you need to face up against him.
We are in dire need of information, and I think he has it. So if we can capture him, and he's manipulative and an opportunist, but I don't think he's a martyr.
I hope not, but don't be overly surprised if there is some bloodshed.
I mean, I'll happily pound him myself. I just would rather keep him alive to see if he can be useful.
Okay. So that's our plan for next time. Check out Ronnie.
Yes, but after she's completed her blessed tattoo, please.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. Well, we will wrap things up there with what has been a good lore episode. I will drop the full books in the lore channel now for anyone who is wanting to read them. But otherwise,
So,
we will be back. Well,
for the audience.
Oh yeah, you're back. You'll be well back in time for next week's session, aren't you, Mr. Dev?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just say, or Valium Quartal confirmed, according to this book.
Yes, indeed.
Big snake. And you can never trust a snake.
What a way to piss off.
Next one to no one.
Okay, cool.
My
We'll be
dance
back
is on fire.
next week. Goodbye.